Hello and welcome. You have joined the webinar for the CruiseWeb and the Globus family of brands, where a world of choices is made easy. I'm so excited to be able to say congratulations to the CruiseWeb for celebrating 25 years in business. My name is Susan Gaines, and I'm your host this evening for the webinar. I have been with the Globus family brands for several years now, and I'm thrilled to be working with the CruiseWeb. They are a fabulous company that knows our product inside and out. And they are great at being able to make your vacation plans perfectly what you expected and seamless from start to finish. Well, for those of you who aren't familiar with the Globus family of brands, we've been around for over 92 years. It's pretty fabulous just so you know that. You can rest assured that you are with a company that is going to be here for the long haul. We've been through the Depression, the World War, swine flu, 9/11, and more. So getting through this pandemic is not going to be an issue. And you know what? The world is waiting and we are ready to take you there. You know, it's in a point right now, we're in that paused moment where we have a red light that's about to turn green and we're just waiting for it to happen. But that doesn't mean that dreaming doesn't stop. So until we can travel again, we want to make sure that you are out there with your hearts and minds being able to wander. And I want to share with you a brief video about travel and getting your minds ready to have that mindset of wandering before you get to travel again. I love watching that video. It always inspires me. Yes, today we travel, but tomorrow we do. You have over 115 years of experience between the Globus family of brands and the CruiseWeb being in the travel industry for 25 years. So you know that you are in great, capable hands when you're ready to travel again and start planning your vacation now. You know, we started out back in 1928 with just one gentleman going back and forth over Lake Lugano in Switzerland. And it's grown over the years with Globus family of brands. We've grown into motor coach companies with escorted touring that is first class and affordable. And we also have our other two brands, which is our Monograms and Avalon. Today, we're going to speak mostly on this webinar about our Globus and our Cosmos product, but I do want to briefly mention our Monograms as well as our Avalon product. Monograms is fabulous for people who are looking for a little bit more of an independent traveling way of travel. With Monograms, you have your hotel choices available for you at 3 different types of hotels. We include buffet breakfast daily and an extension of the CruiseWeb with kind of like your own personal concierge with our local hosts that are included with the Monograms product. You'll also have a half a day of sightseeing with VIP access, so you'll skip all the lines. You'll spend more time exploring and experiencing than sitting and waiting in a line. Our other brand that I want to mention is truly a beautiful way of seeing the world. It's river cruising with Avalon Waterways River Cruise. We're all over Europe, we're in Asia, we're also in South America, on the Nile in Egypt, and we even do tours under our Avalon brand in the Galapagos Islands. It truly is a special way to see the world. You only have to unpack once and you have a floating hotel that takes you along the rivers of the most beautiful riverbanks. And you know, before there were highways and byways, the rivers took people along where they needed to be. So it is a fabulous way of traveling, and we hope you join us on one of these types of tours. For 4 years in a row, you know, cruise critics have named our cabins, the panorama suites that you see in this photo, as our #1 cabins in river cruising. And in 2019, we were nominated and voted as the best cruise lines for Europe by cruise critics. This is kind of like getting that good housekeeping seal of approval within the travel industry. We also celebrated a big milestone this year with it being the 10th anniversary of our panorama suites. These are the big, beautiful suites that are 200 square feet, one of the largest in the industry, where the bed faces the view. Imagine that, having this floor-to-ceiling, wall-to-wall window. Instead of having a small balcony, this window opens up a full 7-foot opening. You're going to be able to experience it like you're inside out, almost like you have those blurred lines between the beautiful outside scenery and your rooms. So we hope to see you again on one of our Avalon Waterways River cruises. Let's take the time now to focus on our Globus product, which is where most of our tours are going to be that we're talking about today with our North America, our Globus and our Cosmos product. With the Globus product, it's going to be first-class escorted touring. Now, there's a lot of misconceptions when you think about motor coach touring. You know, people think, oh, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it. I might be a little bit bored. They might think, oh, I'm going to be jam-packed into a motor coach. I'll be uncomfortable and I won't enjoy my experience. Or maybe you think, oh boy, by the end of the day, I'm going to be so exhausted, I'll be falling asleep on the motor coach. Well, you know, these myths have been busted, and it really is a truly fabulous way to travel. It is perfect for honeymooners, for couples, for families, and even multi-generational families. We have found that multi-generational families love to travel with each other. And if you're one of the families, you can be anywhere from 5 to 105 to travel with us and be able to experience most of our destinations with these fabulous, fabulous types of way of traveling. So why Globus? Well, you have tons of inclusions with Globus, top-notch transportation, VIP access, tons of free time to be able to explore on your own when you want, and of course our tour directors, which are fabulous. So to dive a little bit more into a Globus experience, let's chat first about the motor coaches. You know, they really are equipped with the utmost high technology. You have free Wi-Fi on board. There are restrooms, reclining seats to make it very comfortable, and a beautiful seat pitch. We have less people on board than most motor coaches. And we also have 2 doors for you to easily access, enter and access. What's also fabulous is that we have a tour director as well as a driver. So the tour director is there, making sure that your comfort levels are perfect, answering any questions you might have, and having fun with you and educating you along the process of your tour. And that driver's there that can just concentrate on the road, make sure you feel safe and sound throughout the process. Our tour directors are fabulous. We are really, really fortunate that our tour directors, on average, are with us about 20 to 23 years of experience. You know, I just want to be able to share just a little bit of experience of what one of our tour directors has a feeling, what you're going to feel like when you come with us on one of our motor coach tours that's escorted touring through, say, the national parks. Steve Ostin's been with us a long time, so let me share with you that brief video.
Hi, my name is Steve Ostin. I'm a guiding tour director for the Globus family of brands. I do a lot of our tour programs all the way from Yellowstone right on down to the Tetons, Bryce, Zion, and here to the beautiful Grand Canyon of Arizona. People often ask me, why is the Grand Canyon one of your favorite national parks? And really the answer is simple. You're looking at a gorge that's over a mile deep and 277 miles in length. The favorite part of my job here with the Globus family of brands is our interaction with people. Getting to bring a group here to a point like Mather Point and letting them look down into the depths of this awe-inspiring Grand Canyon is pretty amazing. There are times you get people almost moved to tears when they see the beauty and grandeur for the first time. I think it's really important to have a guide to talk about the history of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, or the grandeur of the majestic Tetons, or the vastness of the Grand Canyon. Our tour directors at the Globus family of brands can really give the best touring experience to our clients through environmental interpretation, helping them to understand the geology, the history, the natural history, everything that's taken place here in an easy and understandable manner. Bringing a group of people here to the rim of the Grand Canyon can be a really awe-inspiring experience in itself. Watching their compassion and kindness towards one another is only part of it. I mean, sometimes friendships are built where guests will meet on one tour, and 2 years later, you'll see the four of them back together again. I mean, that makes it really, really special. There are so many benefits to taking a group tour with the Globus family of brands when you come to a place like the Grand Canyon. For starters, you don't have to drive. We've got a professional driver that'll do it for you. Secondly, rooms. Trying to get rooms in a place like this that gets 3.5 million visitors per year, Globus has booked your rooms more than a year and a half in advance, and that means you don't have to worry about accommodations. And certainly, having a tour director is going to help you plan your time accordingly, showing you the best spots.
Hopefully you got a little feel for what it's like to be with one of our tour directors. I think it really is just the way to travel. You can sit back and relax. They're educating you. They're having fun with you. And we also work with local guides that are there. So these local guides in the destination, they live in the areas. You know, the tour director is going to follow you all along the entire tour, but we're going to meet up with these local guides along the way. And they're licensed and trained in their field. They really can bring that destination to life with their vivid stories. And we also offer each one of our guests headsets. So you're better to hear the local guides. You can be at a distance taking a photo or looking at something and enjoying. You don't have to be right on top of that local guide or your tour director to be able to hear what they're saying. So you won't miss out on any of the great experiences along the way. We also include what we call our local favorites. And these are really unique, amazing experiences that you won't find with any other company. These might be things like taking you through the Asheville Gardens, tasting a farm-to-table dinner, and other special things along the way. We also offer you a VIP access. So that means you're going to be spending more time in the destinations, seeing the sights and sounds instead of standing in lines. And once you've arrived to your destination, you're going to be in a great centrally located hotel so that you can experience the beautiful vastness of the area where you are, because you're so easy to get to the destination. You're right there, so you can just steps away from being able to see, say, in the Grand Canyon, we have a hotel that's right at the South Rim, and you're just steps away from being able to see those beautiful sights. We also include something with your documentation called a Go app, and this is a free app that you can download with an iPhone or Android. It allows you to see your pre-planning for your trip, on-trip information, such as a currency converter in case you're going internationally. There's a navigation system that works off of the Wi-Fi. Your full itineraries there with the tours that are included, some shopping and restaurant guides, and some other great information just at your fingertips. So if you travel with us with Globus, that's all that's included. Now, to mention our Cosmos product, this is a really awesome way, again, to travel with us. It's our more affordable touring. So it's escorted touring in an affordable way. Globus is going to be your more first class, Cosmos more affordable. It really is the best way to discover North America. We have cool, innovative itineraries, hotels that are really smart. They're going to be clean, they're going to be in a great location, and they're going to be comfortable. So everything you could possibly need at an affordable price. Just the right balance of sightseeing and included tours, and of course our experienced expert tour directors that 9 out of 10 guests rate as the best in the industry. So it really makes all of those realities for a perfectly planned trip at the right price. We also have in place with you for both of our brands touring safety protocols. These are ways for you to have that safe and warm welcome. Make sure that you have our commitment to you to make sure that we're touching hearts and not touching hands. So these safety protocols are available for you. They're available through the Cruise Web. They can give you this information and also be with your documentation if you book a trip with us. We really have that commitment to stay clean. We have the most updated in protocols with safety protocols and the types of equipment that you need to clean. We also are going to make sure that we're touching hearts and not hands. We're going to give you that warm welcome, but make sure that those pre-trip health screenings are offered to you and that you have that safe journey along the way. So let's talk about the product that we were going to mention today and get into it a little bit more. United States and Canada, basically our North American product. So why now? Because it is a great key booking period. You're going to get great rates. You'll have better availability on our most popular tours, less time in the airports, and you're going to have more time in that destination getting there. And for the most part, you're going to be outside of the major cities, so you won't be in crowded areas, which is great. Another reason why you want to book the North America areas right now is because of the deals. I briefly mentioned the deals on the last slide, but we have fabulous deals. And the Cruise Web is up to date on what is the best product there for you and the best pricing. We have our national park tours, Alaska, California, including some of the great wineries. Hawaii, if you're looking for something a little bit more tropical. Southern and Midwestern states areas, including some of our bluegrass areas, some great music in Memphis as well as New Orleans, and some of our great special event tours, such as the Albuquerque Balloon Festival, the Fall Foliage Festival, and so much more. So the Cruise Web and Globus Family Brands is going to find that perfect vacation for you and put you into it with the best pricing. You know, the United States and North America and Canada, we have so much for you to say. We really think that this is going to be the perfect vacation plan for you. So let's get into a little bit more about the destinations. You know, there's so much to discover in North America from sea to shining sea. And without ever even crossing any waters to going to Europe or anywhere else. Between its breathtaking national parks and the cool emerging cities, the tiny historical towns, there is a surplus of sites you haven't seen yet and is right here in your backyard. So let's take a look at some of those most popular tours. We'll start out with talking about some of our national park tours. Now, the national parks in the US, there's so many to choose from. And as one famous person said once, it really truly is America's best idea. Two of our most popular tours deal with putting our clients into those national parks. So the first we're going to mention is our 10-day Rapid City to Salt Lake City. It is a wonderful tour. You spend a couple of nights in Rapid City, move onward to there. You'll spend a night in Grand Teton. You'll be in Yellowstone Park and Jackson. You're going to actually be in the parks for these tours, which is awesome. You'll see the famous sites of Mount Rushmore, as course as the Crazy Horse Monument and Yellowstone National Park. A couple of my favorite things that we do along with these tours is at the Grand Teton National Park, we take a moment just to sit back, relax, and enjoy the grandeur and the beauty of the Grand Teton National Park while you're sucking down a cool, refreshing huckleberry shake. Another one of our local favorites that's fun that I love that we offer is the Jackson Hole Chuck Wagon Dinner. Just a few of the highlights of these tours. I think you're going to really enjoy this one if you happen to choose it. Another one of our Globus tours as a part of our Go Parks touring is exploring America's great parks. It's a little bit longer of a tour. It's 15 days. It's round trip Vegas. You always do a little pre-stay in Vegas ahead of time. I'm going to take you through 5 different states. You'll enjoy over 5 of our national parks that are here. So some fantastic sightseeing along the way. You'll have a great farewell dinner in Las Vegas at the Grand Canyon National Park. You're going to stay in the park. You'll have that wonderful sightseeing with our educated and fun tour directors. You can experience a 4-wheel drive tour at Monument Valley and some awesome sightseeing in Bryce Canyon National Park as well as Zion National Park. Circle of West America Tour is one of our Cosmos tours. Now remember, Cosmos is our affordable touring within our umbrella. This is a nice 14-day round trip tour. It's going to take you through Arizona, Colorado, and Utah. Some of the highlights along this tour is seeing the Mesa Verde National Park's cliff dwellings. You'll also get to ride the Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad, which is lots and lots of fun. So some beautiful sightseeing along the way, again, with those famous must-see spots in Zion National Park, in Bryce Canyon. You'll see the Sunset Crater Volcano National Monument along the beautiful scenic drive there. And of course, Arches National Park will be included. You'll spend some time in Vail, Colorado, the Gardens of the Gods, Black Canyon, and Canyonlands National Park. If you're looking for something a little bit more tropical, you want a little bit of that aloha spirit, the Best of the Hawaiian Islands is a perfect tour for first-timers to Hawaii or people who've been there before and just want to experience that aloha spirit all over again. We hit the 3 major islands here, Oahu, Maui, and the Big Island of Hawaii. Your vacation is going to start out with that traditional lei greetings. You have that beautiful smell of the flowers of the lei around your neck and you're going to be whisked away into paradise. We include some great sightseeing, including Pearl Harbor National Park and the USS Arizona Memorial. You'll visit Hawaiian National Volcano. You'll get to taste the coffee at one of our Kona coffee factories. And of course, experience an authentic luau and a Polynesian show. So these are all great must-see sites along the way when you're going to vacation in Oahu, Maui, as well as the Big Island. If you're having a little bit more time on hands, this is a fabulous, great Hawaiian vacation. It's 13 days from Honolulu to Maui. It's including a fourth island this time, which is adding into it the island of Hawaii, which is the Garden Isle. So you'll spend 3 nights on each island. You'll have some flights in between them. And some of the highlights here, you're going to have that traditional, again, light greeting. You'll visit the Arizona Memorial in Pearl Harbor, a must-see site when you're on Honolulu. In Kona, you'll visit the Volcanoes National Park, the yummy, yummy bake shop there, the coffee living history farm, and taste some of the Kona coffee. And in Kauai, you'll also do visiting the Waimea Canyon, which is gorgeous, gorgeous, and a great scenic area to be. And in Maui, you'll do the Lahaina area. You'll have a luau. On the western part of the U.S., we offer our Northern California Finest. This is a great 9-day tour, round trip San Francisco. In here, you'll add in Lake Tahoe, Yosemite National Park, Kings Canyon National Park, Sequoia, Carmel, as well as Monterey, and all the way back to San Francisco. You'll have an amazing stop in the wine area there and have a nice wine tasting in Sonoma with a guided wine caves tour and wine tasting. And one of my favorites is you'll do some great sightseeing, stargazing in Canyons National Park. This land really was made for you and me, and I feel that if you take advantage of taking these tours, you're going to not regret it. If you're looking for something outside of the national parks, outside of Hawaii, and you want to stay more domestically and on the eastern coast, we have a wonderful tour, which is from Nashville to New Orleans. These are for great music lovers. Stops in Memphis, Greenwood, all the way down to Lafayette, and a couple of nights into New Orleans. Few of my favorite things we do along this tour is we visit, and you can actually make a recording at RCA Studio B. How cool is that? You'll have a visit to Honky Tonk Row, you'll visit the Country Music Hall of Fame, and you'll have VIP seats that are reserved at the Grand Ole Opry. Another fun thing we do is we take you to Morgan Freeman's Ground Blues Club with some private entertainment, as well as the Delta Blues Museum. So some wonderful highlights along the way. I think you would have an amazing experience here. Whether you've been to the area or not, you're bound to find something new that you've never seen before. Looking for a little bit shorter, we do have a 7-day Nashville to Memphis, 3 nights in each destination. So again, you're gonna hit some of those really cool, iconic must-see sites like the famous Elvis' former home of Graceland, his beautiful mansion there, the Country Music Hall of Fame, and those reserved seats at the Grand Ole Opry. Your farewell dinner is going to be at the famous Rendezvous in Memphis, and here's just a fun list of some of those amazing celebrities that have had their orders or shipments of the ribs over the years. So some pretty big names there. I think we're in good company if we have our meal there. If you're looking for Alaska, something different here, we have a really fabulous tour, 10 days round trip Anchorage. Some of the highlights here is going to be a presentation by the local fishing expert. You'll also have dinner and exclusive presentation at the Science and Learning Center. You'll visit the Happy Trails Kennel, and of course, Kenai Forges National Park, Denali National Park, and the preserve there. So just some breathtaking scenery. You're never going to want to stop taking photos along this tour. Fall foliage is a great time to travel with us up in the Boston area. We have a round trip tour from Boston. Takes you all the way up to Acadia National Park, and down to Norway, Killington, and of course, Mystic Seaport, where you need to make sure you stop and get some Mystic pizza. We include for you a local favorite of our colonial style dinner at the Salem Cross Inn. We also have some wonderful lobster bake and some sightseeing at historical Ashton Inn. Your farewell dinner is going to be at the Breakers Mansion, and just look at this beautiful site. Can you imagine having your farewell dinner here? Just breathtaking. Now let's talk about North America with our Undiscovered series. This is new for us for 21, and I'm really excited to be able to share this with you. We started the Undiscovered series a few years ago, And these were for travelers who were looking for a little bit more immersion travel experience. They didn't want to just see a destination, but they wanted to experience the region in a more in-depth and concentrated cultural immersion. Hence, the Undiscovered series was born. So we began this in Italy a few years ago. It expanded into Great Britain. Then we did the Mediterranean, and it's been so astoundingly successful that for 2021, we're excited to be launching it with North America. So very far from ordinary, but very close to home is the Undiscovered North America series. So look for in our brochures that little off the beaten path icon that you see up there in the right-hand corner. Go further, not farther with our family and have some incredible tours. It really is the best way to see North America. So let's start out by chatting about one of our tours. This is our Canada tour. Oh, French Canada. It's a Quebec in-depth tour here from GAFS for 11 days. Really nice itinerary here. This tour starts out and ends in Montreal, and with it you have, you know, some riverside, countryside, cliffside, seaside as you follow along historic navigators' routes. It really is a nice, nice tour here. With your French-speaking guide leading you every step, you'll also have people speaking, you know, he's bilingual, they'll speak in English to you, but you'll be able to translate in case you have any questions along the way. You're gonna taste the gardens lunch in one of the destinations, and just a fabulous, fabulous tour. I think this is one, if you've never been to the location, it's such a great way to see it on a tour. Our New England and our Hudson tour, this one's another great 10-day tour. It starts out in Boston, ends in New York. Some wonderful stops along the way in Salem, learn all about the great history and heritage with Salem. In Portland, you'll also have Jackson, Ludlow, Berkshires, and end up in New York. Some cool highlights along the way. You'll get to taste some of the local maple syrup farms and take a bottle or two home. You know, a revolutionary meal at the New England Cuisine Historic Concord Colonial Inn. This tour looks like a lot of fun to me. I'm really interested in doing it myself. This is music to your ears with our bourbon, bridles, and bluegrass. 8-day tour here from Louisville down to Nashville. Along the way, you're going to have a bourbon tasting in a 200-year-old distillery. You'll also have the ability to spend some time with the thoroughbred retirement farm for the horses from the Kentucky Derbies, and a little chew on something with the Biltmore Estates where you have a farm-to-table meal. Reach for the stars with our Southern California tour. This is starting and ending in LA, taking you up to Paso Robles, down to Palm Springs, Joshua Tree, Temecula. You'll spend 2 nights at the Hotel del Coronado and back up to Beverly Hills. So really cool inclusions here. Beautiful tour. Wonderful taking a PCH up to Santa Barbara. So a must-see if you'd like to see the California area. Lost Canyons of the Southwest, 9-day tour here. Really great, starting out in Scottsdale, Arizona, ending up in, starts out in Phoenix, heads to Scottsdale, ends up in Las Vegas. Along the way, you'll do the Verde Canyon Railroad. You'll have some fun storming the castle at Montezuma's Castle and spinning your wheels with that 4-wheel drive Navajo guided backcountry vehicle tour. So really fun stuff. In Alaska, we have a nice off the beaten path undiscovered tour here with 12 days. You'll start and end in Anchorage. You'll do some touring down in White House and Fairbanks. You'll take the train over. You'll take some time and experience Denali National Park. And it's just a really fun, great off the beaten path, a little bit tour there for you. The coast is clear, exploring more of the Pacific West. We have a 12-day tour here. Starts out in Seattle, ends in Portland. It takes you to Bend, Medford, and Newport. Really, really cool stuff along the way. It's great to be crabby. You're going to stop in the famous local Newport area there and try some of the crab cakes, which is in a funky, unique character style area there. Where the magic happens, Western PA, the Inside Passage. This is one of my favorite tours that we offer. I got to sit there and take a picture right in that spot. This is one of our Cosmos tours, so it is a little less expensive. Starts out in Vancouver. You do a little boat tour there. Heads up to Port Hardy. You'll get to experience the Inside Passage by boat. You'll take one of the ice explorers over Prince George area there, and in Jasper National Park. Then off to Banff National Park and do a little bit of Lake Louise and Calgary. So this is just such a breathtaking, beautiful, beautiful area. I highly recommend this tour, and it's just one of those ones to experience that ice explorer. Such a cool experience. We hope that you've gotten enticed by seeing these really nice off the beaten path undiscovered tours, as well as our regular North America tours, so that you can write home about home. We have electronic brochures available for you, and the Cruise Web will be out there. They'll be able to help you out with that and to get those handed out to you in case you have any questions. We're really excited to have been able to be here with you today for this webinar. You know, travel is the only thing that you can spend money on that makes you feel richer. I truly live by that experience. I feel that experience. And we have some great promos that are out there right now. The Cruise Web is well aware of them. They'll be able to help you plan your vacation and get you the best money off that you can. So just save now, travel later, plan now, and book with the Cruise Web. Let's get that mindset change from someday I'm going to travel the world to I'm going to book my vacation today. One other last thing to mention to you, we do have our peace of mind travel policy in place. This is a great policy that if you book with any of our 21 or 22 bookings, you can easily make a change. If it's just under deposit, not paid in full, you can simply move it to a different departure, no questions asked. And this is just before final payment. You won't have to worry about any penalties. So you can rest assured with our peace of mind travel policy. So right now, I'm going to read through, there's a couple of questions that were posted along the webinar. So let me answer those to you all real quick. And let's see what we have here for you. All right, so the first question, let's see here. How do I get a brochure? Well, it's very easy. We have electronic brochures as well as some of our paper brochures. Just reach out to the Cruise Web. Their contact information is listed here for you, and they can get that right out to you. Number 2 question, how does the seating work on the motor coaches? Oh, well, the tour director works with you, and it's a rotating system, so it makes it very comfortable. Everybody gets their fair shot at a beautiful seat. If for some reason you have a queasy stomach and you need to be in the front, just talk to the cruise director. They'll do their best to work with you and the other guests on board. Number 3, oh, this is a really good one here. Okay, I'm interested in booking. I traveled in 2019 and I have a welcome back credit. How am I able to book and utilize this discount? Reach out to the Cruise Web. They'll be able to book it for you and let you know what your balance is, activate your welcome back credit. And what's great is once you travel on this next vacation that you will book with us, you'll earn another welcome back credit towards any vacation in the future, with the exception of our Globus Escapes, our Cosmos Lake, or over Amagao. Okay, let me see if there are any others that I can get to. We're approaching our time limit, so I'll answer one last question, but if you don't have all of your questions answered here, you can always follow up with the Cruise Web and they can answer any questions that you might have. All right, so last question. If I put a deposit down, can I make a change? Yes, currently right now with our peace of mind travel policy, that was one of the last screens that I shared with you. If you book a 21 or 22 booking, you can make a change before final payment without penalty. There are some exclusions, but for the most part, you'll be able to make that change very easily, helping you to have that peace of mind travel with the Globus family of brands. So I just want to take a moment to say thank you very much for joining us for the webinar today. I've always loved this quote here: we travel not to escape life, but for life not to escape us. We hope to see you on a Globus Family of Brands tour real soon in the near future. And we want to thank the Cruise Web again for inviting us to participate in the webinar today. It's been such a pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you all on either Avalon Waterways River Cruise, Globus, or Cosmos, or even a Monograms tour in the near future. Thank you again, and you have a great rest of your day.